Good morning. We're in 1 John chapter 4. We're going to finish up chapter 4 today. Just two verses. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen, how can he love God, who he hath not seen? And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God loveth his brother also. This is pretty straightforward. It's easy for us to say we love God. It's easier for us to say that we put God as our number one, that God is our rock, that God is our salvation, that we have love for God. But sometimes when we say we love God, it's based on our definition of love. And God has his own definition of love. God says, if you love me, this is Jesus that said this, if you love me, keep my commandments. God talks about in the Old Testament those who love him and keep his commandments. Well, here's one of his commandments, and John points it out. John points out the fact that God says, if you love me, that's God talking, if you love me, you will love your brother. This is the brother, this is your spiritual brother, not a physical brother, this is a spiritual brother. This is a person who has the same spiritual DNA because you have the same spiritual father. If you have the same spiritual father, you only have two options for a father. You have the devil and you have God. If you have God for a father and others who have God for a father, whether it be church members, whether it be other Christians, or yes, even your spouse, if they have God for a father and you don't, and you hate them, meaning you put them lower on your scale of people of importance than where they should be, you think less of them. That's what the word hate in the Bible generally means. Then you don't love God. You are a liar. Because according to God, you can't love him who you have not seen. You've never seen God. You cannot love him who you've not seen if you can't love your brother who you have seen, in whom God dwells. That same brother in whom God dwells, who you have not seen, if you can't love him, or if you can love, or that brother who within God that has God dwelling within him. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. That has God dwelling within him. If you can't love him or her, then you don't love God. It's pretty clear, but it's easy for us to say how much we love God. John just shows us, okay, we say this, well, is it showing itself? James talks about, you may show your works, or you may show your faith without works. James says, I show my faith by my works. Well, here's one of those works. Here's one of those things that will manifest itself in our lives if we actually love God. If we love God, we will love our brother. We will love that church member. We will love those other Christians, those other believers in Christ in an appropriate way I just want to point out. And we will love our spouse. And in truth, we're going to love our spouse. If we love God, we're going to love our spouse, whether he or she's a believer or not. Because if we love God, we're going to do what God says. And as a husband, I'm going to love my wife as Christ loved the church and give myself for her, whether she's a believer or not. And she, if she's a believer, whether I'm a believer or not, should submit herself to me as unto the Lord. So that submission to me should look like her submission to the Lord. So there you go. Do you love God? Well, if you do, then that brother or sister who has the same spiritual DNA, you love them too. Hope this helps somebody. You have a good day.